Yo, listen, I just woke up. It's 7 a.m. I didn't sleep that much. There's a reason for that. Elden Ring was fucking revealed, and that's something. I just want to talk about this game forever. I just want to keep talking about it until it's out. Like Guilty Gear Strive releases today, and I'm really excited because it's gonna be like the first fighting game that I really put time into and try to learn, and I'm really excited about that. How am I supposed to be excited about anything when I see that Elden Ring trailer? How is it? How am I supposed to be excited about anything? My life is gonna be hollow until January 21st, 2022. Day one, E3, Summer Game Fest. How do you top that? How do you even top that? Like Elder Scrolls 6? I don't think that's gonna happen because Starfield releases before. So if anything, you see Starfield, and even that I think is a stretch. Breath of the Wild 2 would make me really excited, but here's the thing: Breath of the Wild 2, the Switch presentation trailer from 2017 in January, is the most hype trailer and the most excited I've been for a game ever. This Elden Ring trailer is just so fucking beyond that. I had no words, and I just want to talk about it. And I'm gonna watch the trailer for the probably 100th time, and I'm gonna just frame by frame, and I'm gonna analyze this to absolute death. So here's one thing I want to say before I start. When it comes to open world games, I feel an overused concept. It's a misunderstood concept. A lot of studios, Ubisoft, make an open world, and they fail to realize what makes an open world game truly shine. Say what you will about Bethesda, even in the god-awful experience that I had in Fallout 76 on launch, my point is they are one of the best in the industry to make one big world feel interesting almost wherever you go. One of my favorite games of all time, Breath of the Wild, could have been so much better if it wasn't for that every single vista and interesting point of view that you see in the world leads to a shrine. You see that big fucking shiny whatever the fuck in the distance, all these like interesting points. Well, I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to go there. What's this? What's that? What? But when you condense it and when you really think about it and analyze, everything is just a spirit orb in the end for doing a 5-minute pretty mediocre puzzle. Again, one of my favorite games of all time. Is it a perfect game? Absolutely fucking not. That game is one of the biggest missed potentials I've ever seen in my life, and it's still so good. But here's my point. When it comes to level design, if there's one studio that is good at environmental storytelling, it is From Software. They are second to none in that. Now picture From Software and what you see here. There's like in this trailer, there's so much information to look at. There's so many things going on. How big is the world? That's my number one question. How big is the world? If it is really big, I'm actually really excited about that because just imagine all of this. Like you go here and is there a Korok seed under this rock? No, it might be a fucking spell, might be a fucking glove, might be armor, might be a weapon. Just think about the first time you played Dark Souls 3 or some shit like that, right? Fucking everywhere you go, it's filled with interesting items, interesting bosses, interesting mini bosses. Just Breath of the Wild. If you didn't have the breaking weapon system, imagine you got some really cool weapons and it didn't break, so you actually cared about what you got. It's like, oh, this weapon's fucking sick, but it's gonna break in 5 minutes, so who the fuck cares anyway, right? This is what it's about. It's about all these small things that you care about all the time. It's about all of these things, like thinking that you're going to go in this direction and have a set goal in mind, but you keep getting distracted. And by every small little distraction, and feels good. That's what I'm trying to say. It didn't feel like, okay, I feel like I wasted my time here a little bit. I should have just gone further because it was, right? It doesn't feel like just an empty big feel to sort of make the world seem a lot grander than it is. I have high hopes, and if there is one studio that I think can really tackle and understand what really slapping open world on any game in 2021 means, it is this studio. If there's one studio to really take open world concept and understand what it means, what excites people about that concept, it is From Software. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's just watch it. Let's just keep watching. Thank you. Thank you, Miyazaki. Oh.
The tarnished will soon return.
It looks so interesting. One question that I had really just from the top of my head, like you learn a little later in the trailer, you have like the horse jumping up the mountain, right? One specific thing is that you saw this like blue circle, which seems like an action kind of thing. Like, so you can't just jump up any surface. It has to be like a dedicated, this is a surface you can jump with the horse up, or like run up the mountain with, right? But a question I have though is that what if, like in Sekiro, right, for example, grappling, what if you have that in this game, or if you even have sort of like, you know, like a climbing thing, how Breath of the Wild kind of did it, just go anywhere, do what you want? Because that's my question, right? How open-ended is this gonna be? So maybe you have to progress and do things in a linear order, go here, go here, go here, to get progression items, to then finally get something that lets you get up here, either teleportation, grappling hook, getting one of these symbols to make the horse jump up, or can you literally just climb any surface and go here at any time? That's my question. That is one of the things that is like really cool about Breath of the Wild. It's the coolest thing about that game to me is that you see those things in the distance, you just fucking go there. 3 hearts, just jump down for the plateau, just did a tutorial, you're jumping down, go wherever the fuck you want to do, whatever the fuck you want to do. There's probably gonna be like some sort of like, you know, main bosses, obviously, right? You get to kill them all to get something to then get the last thing. Usually how these things work, but if you can do that in sort of any order and it's up to you to just find the things and do whatever you want to do, I think that would be really cool. But regardless if it is linear, go here, go here, go here, go here, or if it's open-ended, regardless what it is, it's not going to make me any less excited about it. But I feel like having this open-ended thing might be really interesting for this game. It's like a little hut down here. I'm like here. I wonder if there's like NPCs like living around, and maybe there's like quests around and stuff like that. Like, I'm probably putting way too much thought into this, but you know what, fuck it. And there's like a ravine down here. Is there things on the bottom here? So I don't think this area right here is really that much bigger than any other area we've seen before. But it's how, like, we need to pan the camera around and see how much is on the backside. Can you go, like, over here? Is this some place you, like, teleport to? Or do you really just keep going and you see that in the distance, just go there? Like, how much of this is open? How open is it? How linear is it? Is there, how many layers is it to the world? Is there dungeons? We already know that. There was like an article, like there's gonna be dungeons and the dungeons are gonna be seamless and stuff like that, which is cool. There's a ravine here, right? Is there like a big, like, so you see this flat surface here, well then you can do ×2, because this flat surface is also like a whole level underneath it too, right? These are all the questions I'm curious about. How big is this and how much detail does it have? Anyway, just keep going.
Guided by grace, once lost.
Dude, look at this. It looks so fucking cool. That's like one of the things when I played like Sekiro and Dark Souls 3 too. I would constantly just stop and look at the world. They are so good at just like at creating all these details to make it look so, everything looks so interesting in these games. They are good at this, at making me excited.
The golden.
Oh, look at this. I wonder what this is. Like this, you see this, like it's sort of like transparent, kind of like big thing. I wonder what that is. If it's like a gameplay feature. It's like you can go here and you can take over the camp. And it's sort of like you click the button and now it's like, ooh, it's your camp. I don't know. It's just sort of like in all the open worlds you have, in Breath of the Wild you have the bokoblin camps, and any other and I mean literally any other open world you have the bandit camps, right? I wonder if this is the traditional bandit camp, you know, and you can take it over maybe and press. I'm just speculating, right? But this is fun. It's fun to speculate. It's fun to talk about it. But like I see this, and I've seen like similar things to this in other video games and other like open world games and stuff like that. And the first thing I think of is really what I just said. It's like, it seems like something you would see in the distance, and it's a symbol you recognize to be like one of those like this is something that you can take over. Either kill the NPCs here, either do some quests for them, and then you click a button and bam, it's yours. You're liberated, I guess. Something like that. I guess.
Order is broken.
I mean, well, it's a dragon. That's I think. It's a lot. It's another one. All right. I wonder what this Elden Ring is. I'm gonna like talk about all of this and really be as specific as possible, but I'm not gonna try to even mention the story, because that is, even after playing like all the Dark Souls games for many times, watching all the Vati videos, lore videos, many times, I'm still confused. I'm still very much confused. Okay, I know a lot of things, and I love From Software, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro lore. I love their environmental storytelling, there it is again, and their just general way of telling a story. I think it's very interesting, and they have some really cool concepts. But I'm not even gonna try to comprehend what's happening here, because I think that would be impossible. What do I know? Maybe tomorrow or today, Vati Vidya has a video on Elden Ring, and it's literally like 3 hours speculating lore. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I don't know, man.
To its core.
The Golden Order is broken to its core. All right. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Looks like just, you know, standard kind of like little, like low level enemies. Like this kind of like, is it a village, or is it like sort of like just a couple small houses? I wonder. But definitely whatever it is, it's seen better days. I think that. So here's the interesting part about this shot right here. I mean, first of all, it looks beautiful. Second of all, there's water here, right? The one interesting question too is like, can you swim? Can you swim? A lot of waters, I would guess probably not, because then suddenly, Jesus Christ. But if there's lakes and stuff, maybe can you swim? Next follow-up question: can you dive? These are also questions to really make the game be even more substantial in terms of not running out of concepts and not tiring you out of doing the same thing over and over again in an open world game. That's one of the main things I think you have to design a game around. Not doing just the same thing over and over again. Even if you have interesting things in an open world, I think you need to have a lot of varied objects everywhere to make every little discovery feel like its own discovery, not just the same one over and over again. So I feel like just the bigger this world is, and the bigger and more the differences in each like biome, I guess, is cool. So that's like a question. But anyway, like the player character, I believe this is, it's gotta be, right? Sort of like, we've already seen like a sort of like a mage build. We've seen like a sort of like rogue-ish kind of thing. He does like a flip. I would guess this is the standard like warrior kind of thing, wearing some cool armor. I like the, I think the armor looks kind of cool. And this is fucking sick. How you gonna traverse this world with this horse? That's what I'm like. This horse seems fast, right? When have you ever thought, oh shit, I feel like I'm slow. I feel like I need more speed. I've never thought that in Dark Souls. Like, oh shit, I feel like I would want more speed because it takes me such a long time to walk from here to there. Maybe some people have thought that. I really never have. Never had that issue in Dark Souls. I feel like the speed is decent for what it is, right? But my point right here is that this horse seems fast as fucking shit. It's like so that goes into another, like, how big is this world really? That's why I feel like the bigger the world, the more speed and traversal options designers usually give you. And I feel like the introduction of a horse here is telling to how big the world actually is. Like, if I would speculate, I would say that this is probably going to be a pretty big chunker, you know? Anyway, and again, all speculation, but what can you really say at this point, right? I want to talk about this more. I don't care. As you know, this looks beautiful. This looks a beautiful area. I want to go anywhere. I want to go up here. I want to go there. Anyway, let's continue. This looks like Mark over here. I don't know if that's like the Elden Ring kind of mark, all the rings together. I don't know what that's mark is, but there's something going on over here, but I can't really tell what it is. And this shot right here. If there was any time in my life ever where I wanted a screensaver or like a wallpaper, I want this. Please, Bandai Namco, can you release this in 1440p so I can use this for literally all of my monitors, all 4 of them, please? I want this. Look at this shit. Like, just look at it. So what do we have? We have like a peak up here. Little building. Looks like sort of like a church. Maybe a chapel. I don't know. Is that a statue? It's a little hard to tell. Maybe it's just a rock. I'm not sure. This looks like a head. This looks like this is head. Is that like a statue? Maybe see it. Is it moving? No, it's a statue. There's no way it's not a statue, right? This whole area is really cool looking, and then you have like all this foggy shit happening down here. I wonder if that's like you can't go here, or you need maybe something. Maybe you need some light or something to enter. You see this over here, right? Maybe this is like some kind of end game area or something. Again, speculating, right? But it's fun. So you have to go through here, but you need something to make that work. I don't know. Looks fucking, dude, look how beautiful this looks. Or maybe it's just that, maybe it's not the fact that it's like fog and it's like trying to tell you that this is a barrier, it's fog. Maybe it's just that it is just there for design. It looks pretty. Just a foggy area. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I want to know though. Please tell me, Miyazaki. This is probably the most interesting thing in this trailer, at least one of them. Okay, that's a lie. There's a lot of interesting things in this trailer, but this is really interesting because my first thought here is that there's a lot of things you can really analyze here. First of all, you have this bell right here. So I have 3 thoughts right here. So one thing is, you know, in again, all open world games, you have like waypoints. Breath of the Wild, Sheikah Towers, Horizon Zero Dawn, Tallnecks, etc., right? Radio Towers, Far Cry, etc., etc. This seems like, speculating, maybe this is one of those. So the main comparison, but also look at the fucking scale of it. Like, this is the player character. Look at this thing. It's like roaming around. What I was thinking, like, either you ring this bell and you like the thing brings you up here or something, or you climb it, or you literally jump up with a horse. Like that's like, you know, and you get up here. I don't know. Like, there's no way to tell, but this looks fucking cool, and there's so many potential things this could be. Like, we don't know what it is. So like, but like, fuck, dude, it looks cool. Look at this. Look at that. It's just out in the world. You're just running past it. It's like, what the hell? And look at the size of it. It doesn't even fit in the frame, and the player character's like a dot on the screen. Look at that.
Foul tarnish.
That's cool. That's shit. So, wait, this is really cool. Let me go all the way back here, actually. So, I would guess that these is like probably like just roaming kind of like encounters kind of thing. Obviously, you can just find these, and maybe if you kill them all, treasure on the inside of this. I don't know, but this is really cool. I like this. I like this thing. I like this. Maybe this is like you hold the attack button, and it sort of like slides the weapon through the ground, and then when you release, you gotta time it to hit him before he hits you. Maybe something like that. Regardless, it looks fucking cool. And horse combat. I don't feel like there's a lot of studios that's done this well. And I look at this and I see that this has the potential to be extremely well done. It looks probably like the best sword slash on any horse I've ever seen, but I haven't really seen a lot of those either. It's a slow-mo shot, so it's bound to be cool. But like, this looks cool regardless. It's cool. I saw one of the like Dark Souls from Software content creators. He said this game is 4-player co-op, and if you then can do horse combat with with other players, like invasions and stuff. If that's a thing, like, can you do like PvP jousting? That I didn't think about this. This is him. A Sunlight Blade. He made it that tweet, and I thought that's cool. That's a cool thing to say. That's really cool. Anyway.
All tarnished.
It's not much. I mean, like, the only thing I can really say here is that looks cool. That also looks cool. I mean, yeah, and this fucking thing. Little pot. I wonder if this is like maybe it's just like a random enemy, or it could be some sort of like necromancer further in animating objects, and they keep reviving until you get to the end and kill the necromancer or something. Or maybe they're like, kind of like Diablo treasure goblins. They're like pots. Kill them before they escape. Who knows? I don't know, but it's it's funny.
In search of the Elden Ring.
And I see this parry, like, it's not a parry, it's just a block. Like, he's just holding block here, which is something you could do in Dark Souls 2. But he's just holding block before the impact. So this is not a perfect parry or anything. But that is something that I would find really cool if they had Sekiro's like perfect parry system. That would be very, very cool. Especially if there are some mini bosses or something that have the more like fast-paced rhythmic swing pattern to it. Obviously, again, that would only be a thing for like melee builds, because bow and magic and stuff would just stay at a distance and shoot and run away. And that would be the parry system then would only be melee to deal with. So it feels like that would be, again, it would be really cool and attention to detail, but it's only like a specific amount of people who's going to be playing these builds that are going to really even notice that system being there, right? So I don't think that's going to be in it. That was one of my main hopes. I was hoping that... I love Sekiro. It's probably my favorite From Software game. Not by far, but it is just because of the combat, because I love it so much. Dark Souls 1 being the second and Dark Souls 3 being the third. My hope for this game was that it was going to be a Dark Souls RPG. Put your stats like you do in those games. Pick up gear, pick up spells, pick up weapons. And in an insane amount of variety, but you would have some of the elements of the combat from Sekiro. That would be like my main wish. More like Dark Souls in combat, but some systems from Sekiro, just some small things. That I would love that a lot. But anyway, and that was my point with the parry. It looked like it, but he's just holding block. There's no like timed input or anything like that.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
I'm in cool fucking castle. What can I say?
Someone must extinguish thy flame.
It looks so cool. I have to say one thing here. Just by the speed of this combat. Just by the speed of this combat alone, it reminds me so much more of Bloodborne than any Dark Souls game ever.
They will fight.
Like, you don't have the dash, you have the roll, but it reminds me so much more of Bloodborne. It looks really speedy.
They will fight. And they will die.
Look at this. Like, holy shit. Yeah, right here. Like, it's just that a little mark. Yeah, like a little wind kind of thing, I guess.
In an unending curve.
Yeah, and right here, it seems like a rogue character. So here's my question. Is this the weapon having this sort of moveset? Or did he pick rogue as a starting class? That is one of the biggest questions I have. Because you've seen an arrow, you have seen two-handed sword, you've seen sword and shield, I think, you've seen magic, and now you've seen this like one-handed sort of like cool looking blade, like, yeah, I don't know what you call that. But he's like, it looks very agile, like sort of like the, wait, is that a katana? No, it's not, it's just the same blade. It looks look different from another angle. it looks like that's my question, right? Is this like you pick class from the beginning, or just pick stats and you choose along the way, kind of thing, like you do in Dark Souls? That's my question. So is it the weapon giving you the fast moveset? Is it an item? Is it a ring? Like the the ring in Dark Souls where you start flipping instead of rolling, right? That sort of thing. Is that it, or is this like sort of like, are there classes, or do you just make your class depending on stats and items? That's my question, right? Because it seems like it, because they've already shown specific playstyle, but maybe not. Maybe they're just like, don't worry, this is not Sekiro. RPG is back, right? This guy looks cool. Yeah, and also, I wonder what this is. I wonder, it's not too much to say about it, but I wonder if this is an item, or if it's just like a spell. You know, when you have to use spells in Dark Souls, you have to have the pyromancy glove, right? Or the whatever the fuck for, miracles and shit. The chime for miracles, right? So I wonder, is this an item he's using that is like a usable item, or is this the held item to allow sorceries to be done? That's my question, right? So is this an item and he summons some NPC kind of boys? But that's the question too, because they've said like this seems like NPCs. It seems like NPCs. But they have said that it's up to 4-player co-op. That is exactly 4 friendly characters, I guess, on the screen. So I don't know. We see a whip. That's a whip item. All right. It had a really cool animation too. What was that? How fast is that? Yeah, you can like literally just roll into that. That's probably one of the... I've never really played bow in Dark Souls because it's kind of boring. Them showing literally bow and arrow in an announcement trailer like this makes me really excited. I just want everything to be batshit broken and the game to be super fucking hard, and that everything has build paths. I just want everything to be viable. That's what I want. I want everything to just be absolutely viable and not just one. There's always some things that are really strong, but there's always too many things that are just utterly useless, but they're really cool. So you want to use it, but it's just like, why would I? It's just boring. Unless you're doing a challenge, which I don't do that often, but I like this, that, they're fixing some of these like items that haven't really been utilized too much in other games because they are just underwhelming. This looks cool though. Like this shot right here is this shot right here. Like, look at this. Like, fucking look at this. And the horse double jumped, didn't he? One jump? Yeah, he double jumped. Yeah. I was thinking maybe it's like 2 separate like clips put together, but no, you see him like actually doing the second jump right there at the end. 1, 2, yeah.
Wow.
And this boss too, like, holy fuck. This is what makes me think it's more like Bloodborne, because just like look at the speed of these attacks and the speed of these bosses, at least the ones we've seen, right?
Wow.
Vroom. He rolled right through that. See the timing of the roll? Right through that beam. He jumps.
The champion.
And look at the sign of this guy too. Fucking like werewolf. Nameless King. That's like Nameless King here. You know it. That's Nameless King here. It looks really fucking cool. What like design from software. Stop it. Stop being so good at designing cool shit. Like everything just looks so cool in these games. How do they keep coming up with this shit? Like how does it look unique and still cool? Like how I don't know. How?
Oh Lord.
This is one of the characters. I guess it's either a boss or something that we've seen in the initial announcement cinematic trailer. When everybody thought that this game was going to be like put parts together, which it seems like it's not going to be. Maybe though. It's like this is just a specific sort of character, maybe a boss.
To be
Is this a playable character or is this just a cutscene? This is probably like an animation. You got like a command grab. Like you didn't roll past this. Like you got shit on. Insta kill? I don't know. Or just a shit ton of damage. I don't know.
Well. Hello.
Yeah, not too much to say about that.
Playing as a lord.
I wonder if these are like that's kind of new too, like introductory sort of if that's the thing though, if it's not just for the trailer. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. Like if this is a boss, you enter the fog wall or whatever to indicate that this is indeed a boss in here, and then you get this little like introductory story thing with the boss. Seems like that's happening here. The question I have though, like if this is a cutscene before a boss, this is a specific like a warrior two-handed sword character, the one that we see the first time, and he's unsheathing his weapon like this, right? So what if you're a bow user? Is it then programmed to draw the bow from the back? What if you're a two-handed like weapon user? Do you then sheath them both? What if you're a magic user? Do you just like do that with your hands? I wonder how dynamic these, like, if this is what I think it is, like in an introduction to a boss or something. I wonder how dynamic this is for whatever weapon or choice in items you're using. It's gonna have how impactful that's gonna be to these things. That's interesting.
Lord, I command thee.
Seems like either a boss or maybe just like, I mean, who the fuck knows? This might just be a normal enemy for all we know. This might just be a completely normal enemy, right? Sort of like a Black Knight maybe in Dark Souls or something. It seems like a grab move, and then he hits you. That's a dragon. Is this a cutscene or is this like just a cinematic angle? I wonder. I don't know. Look at this guy. Oh, look at this. Wait, what kind of weapon is that? Like this is like a different sword. Looks cool. Look at that hammer. Do we have a big handle on that? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that fucking hammer. I hope we can use that. Looks fucking cool. I wanna. Oh, we barely see the entire thing of it, but that looks cool. Then we have this big guy. Fucking cool. Another question is that I wonder if this is like a specific sorcery weapon, or if a sorcerer, I wonder if this is a specific sorcery weapon, or if this is like a weapon and enchant. You use sorcery to enchant like you would in Dark Souls, right? Or if this is like a specific weapon and it does this, like the Moonlight Blade or something. I don't know. Here we have some magic though. It looks like a big one too. Like, holy shit, like that's a big fucking beam. Probably hurts a lot. And this looks just out of this world cool. Like, look at this. Look like Harry Potter-esque. Somebody said that yesterday when I was streaming the trailer too. Like this looks Harry Potter-esque. Fucking cool. Like there's so much happening in this trailer and everything is fucking cool. Jesus Christ. Oh, you're kneeling before, like Firekeeper kind of thing, maybe? Maybe this is where you level up and shit, if there are stats, that sort of system. Maybe this is that person, who knows? Looks like it, if you're kneeling before. I don't know. Some NPCs, I guess. Maybe some quest lines, some obscure Dark Souls From Software quest lines. You know you're gonna have some of these. You can't have like obscure quest lines and obscure NPCs and stuff like that. You know, that's probably it. I mean, might be enemies, but looks like sort of like NPCs, like friendly NPCs. What? There's like two super fast clips that just happened. It's this one. What is this? This is a big hand thing. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, big fucking hand monster, right? And then you have this big wagon. This big face, having like fucking fire out of his ears and out of his mouth. All right. Wonder if it's a boss or like, you know, those that wagon we saw earlier with like two giants pulling it, and then that horseman in front of it, and then you slash the horseman. I wonder if that's like the backside of it, or if this is like a more specific one, or a boss. I don't know. That was an eye opening. Oh, this is really cool. That looks fucking cool. Like, that's sick as shit. It's probably a boss. It's probably a boss, and he's gonna have one of those, like, he's gonna go up like this, and he's gonna sweep straight down at you. And this guy too looks fucking cool. This looks very Dark Souls 3-esque. This shot right here. Like, the destructible rolling right through that. He rolls quite early. Oh no, he didn't roll early. It's just a fast swipe. No. And looks like a standard like jumping attack, or maybe not. Maybe there's like a dedicated button to that. Also, another question. I don't think we saw that in this game, but in Sekiro you have a dedicated jump button, right? We know that. You don't have that in Dark Souls. You have that like stick jump kind of thing. That's the question. Like, is there climbing, or is there more like, you know, dedicated? This is where you can jump up to gain height with the horse. This is where you this is the only spot you can get up on this mountain. Or can you also climb yourself? And is there a jump button to jump over things? Because we clearly know that you can jump with the horse. We've seen that. You can even double jump with the horse. Can the main character jump? Like, just click the button and jump? Or do you have to be in full sprint and click the stick or click B or circle, I guess, to jump? And then, you know, I wonder.
For all of us.
Elden Ring. And this motherfucker, he's got 3 hands on this side, 1 here, not holding anything. I don't wonder what that's used for. Magic, maybe? Got 1 axe here. It's got another axe here. It's got a hand here. Something fucking crazy is going on up here. Is that like a dragon head? Wait, is that a dragon head? And it's like, it's fire coming out of his mouth? That's what it seems like. If that's it, like, holy shit, this is fucking cool as shit. Elden Ring. January 2022. Yeah, I mean, not too much to say about this other than fucking hype, but I mean, I want to say one thing, that's like PlayStation 4. One thing that I never hear too many people really talk about when it comes to From Software is that when it comes to their PC releases, they have very optimized games. Dark Souls 3 can run on a pretty shitty computer with like everything maxed out in 60. Maybe not like shitty, but like a pretty outdated computer and run really well. I recently upgraded my PC to be pretty powerful, but I used to run on like a pretty old fucking specs. And I could run Dark Souls on everything max and it would be completely fine and never dip in frames. Stable 60. And other games would take a complete dump and I had to play on medium or even lower. So some ports have been like a little different, I guess. But Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro run like absolute just beautiful. So that's one thing that I never really hear too many people talk about when it comes to From Software, because there's definitely a lot of studios getting praised for having good PC releases and good PC ports, and there's obviously on the other end a lot of studios that get a lot of shit for having bad PC ports, as they should. Don't do that. But yeah, usually From Software is pretty good with that, with optimization and stuff. But then again, you see this PlayStation 4 here and you wonder how that's gonna work. Probably better than Cyberpunk on a PlayStation 4, I'll tell you that. That probably. But then most things would probably run better than Cyberpunk on a PS4. Yeah, I think that's about it. Elden Ring, fucking excited. Holy shit. How am I supposed to play Guilty Gear today? And feel anything else than just the need to play Elden Ring? That's gonna be a challenge. Have a good day, night, depending on time zone, and peace out. Thanks for watching.